Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on Shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine what actor would play Danny Kinnaird in the Danny Kinnaird Story. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Brandon Eckert, Cailee Baker, Danny Kinnaird, and Lenny Eckstein.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hi.
Hey, I heard this story's coming out to the Hallmark Channel, so I guess we'll help. Try to see if we can help with the thing. So yes, imagine the scene where he drinks the 9-ounce shot and falls off the chair, sleeps gently by the cat box. It's all part of the Danny Kinnaird story. So yeah, that should be good. So we're going to come up with what actor would play Danny. So that should be fun. Danny saw the script and was like, what the hell is this? And but it is what it is, Danny. Yeah. Embrace it.
Speaking of the cat box, yeah. I actually physically hear my cats using their box right now.
Oh, there you go.
Like, super random. But
well,
you drink a lot. You may end up sleeping there. Yeah, it's in the hallway.
It's in the hallway, and I passed out by it, but it's near the other two, my room and.
When he says by it, his head was resting gently on it. But yeah.
Yes, I've seen the picture, Danny. You don't have to lie to me.
So yes, there you go. All right. Well, but before we get to all of that good talk about who could play Danny, Lenny said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, Lenny?
I've actually got two things I want to talk about. The first one's less conversational, but okay. I just realized that Brandon shares the same first 3 letters of his last name as I do. And I wonder if he shares the pain that I share when I say my name and then have to spell it for them and they still don't understand what I said. And then I'll get on to the real question.
You know, not so much. Right now, I think I've got a whole lot of shirts that are being sent to me that say, "Let's go, Brandon." They've all forgot about my last name for a little bit.
Yeah.
But my last name, the D at the end are, Eckert is ECKERT. That part gets messed up, but ECK never really gets messed up.
Okay. I will say I lived my entire life with an apostrophe in my last name, and it was the bane of my existence.
You didn't like the apostrophe?
Oh, I fucking hated it. It was like I would go like on a trip like to so my mom worked for American Airlines. We would go to like New York for the day and come back. Like me and my brother went to New York and went to a summer concert and like came back. And me and my brother were mistaken as husband and wife because we had like the same last name, which is pretty typical, but it was like O space Shoney. They didn't have us as O'Shoney. It was O space Shoney. No apostrophe. It was like O was my middle name. It was.
You
terrible.
both had the middle name O. You yes. And your brother / husband. They
yes.
both had the middle initial O. That'd be pretty rare if you have the middle initial O to then find someone else and then marry that person with the same with an O middle name.
Right. Wow. No. Yeah. It was terrible with an apostrophe in my last name. So. I'm very thankful for the last name Baker. If you can't spell the last name Baker, there's something wrong with you.
Right. What do people think when they see Cailee? What do they always say Cailee? Like
Cailee. All the fucking time, Cailee. And for a while, like people would say like Cailee. So Cailee, and then there was Caitlin. Caitlin was one that I got all the time. I'm like, there's not a T or an N in my name. What the fuck are you talking
So they'd
about?
see Cailee, and they would call you Caitlin?
Yes. What the fuck? Yes. Yes. So the bane of my existence is not only the apostrophe in my maiden name, but also my name physically.
Yeah. My dad, his name was Lawrence Edward Akeley. And one time they had a family friend, and I don't know if drinking was involved here, but she says, Lawrence E. Akeley, what's the E stand for? Let me guess. Is it Charles? My kid said yes. The E stands for Charles.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
E is
it.
silent.
You've got it. You've
Yes,
cracked the code.
it was just one of those epic things that they just talked about then for the rest of the time. Yeah.
I will say, when I first started at Casey Jones, they called me Cailee for like the first 2 or 3 months that I worked there. And I finally was just like, if you guys keep calling me Cailee Oshoni, I'm going to call it Cassie Jones Distillery, and you're going to get the fuck over it. Like
Cassie Jones.
I
think that's a good
way
way to
learn
handle it.
at that point. If I start mispronouncing the distillery name, you're going to learn.
We just hired a new production assistant whose name is Steve, but everyone calls him, his nickname is Useless, which is a pretty good nickname.
That was my nickname, Useless, too. So,
Yeah. Amy calls him Steven, and I'm trying to get her to stop because, like, nobody calls him Steven. Like, stop doing that.
Right. Right. It feels very parent-like, right?
I don't even know if his parents named him Steven. For all I know, they named him Useless.
Could be. Could be. Yeah. His first name probably is Steven, I would guess. I mean, I don't think there's too many names.
A friend of mine, his name is Danny, and people call him Daniel all the time, but his legal name is Danny.
I get that.
So, like, yeah. So, like, even his best man at his wedding was like, I called him Daniel all my life when I was like frustrated with him, like Daniel. And I was like, his name is not Daniel. His name is Danny.
I got a friend whose name is Bo, but his legal name is Tommy. I don't know where you get that at. Tommy Cumberland. Yeah, Tommy. And it's not Thomas. His legal name is Tommy. That's
what?
Wow.
Does he tell you where has he ever said where he got it from?
Well, he's from Mississippi, so yeah, it happens.
It happens.
Growing up, I knew a kid named Bo whose real name was Floyd. Bo was his middle name. And I always thought to myself, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is there a better name than Floyd? Obviously not.
Floyd. Well, maybe if you're an accountant or something. I don't think Floyd's just a good buddy name, is it?
Fucking great name. It's almost as good as Tobias.
It's kind of like when you go to a bar and you meet the biggest guy in there and they call him Tiny.
Tiny. Yeah. Tiny. Okay.
Never happens.
Or was it Nick? Nick's the guy that you want to throw up in the backseat of your car.
Yeah. Exactly. Nick. Okay. It was.
I don't even remember what movie that was from.
I don't know either.
It was an old movie line.
Did you have an official question then, Lenny, or we just?
I'm just gonna say that was my question.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It went along.
It might not have had immediate questions, but it sparks a conversation. So
I mean, I have tons of questions, so we'll just go with that.
Okay. Well, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Cailee. What do you got there?
All right. I have Davidson Reserve from Tennessee. Small batch Tennessee straight sour mash whiskey. My good friend Nick Jadway from the Nashville Bourbon Social Club works there now, but I don't know if he had anything to do with this one. But I got this for my wedding, and it was one of the last 4 bottles I could find.
What's the deal with all the glasses?
Not been popped yet, so we'll see how this goes.
You only need 1 glass.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That was pretty good. Danny tried to mess with you there, but it was okay. All right, Danny, you're going to do your 9-ounce shots on your last show?
No.
Okay. Well, it's time to drink. What do you got?
Yeah. Well, I've got the special one made just for Total Wine, Chestnut Farms.
Okay. It's a weird one. Okay. That was, boy, that's as close as can be. Brandon, all right, who's got the lead? We're going to throw it to a
Danny
judge.
just pulled ahead. Daniel pulled ahead.
I think Danny's got it on that one.
All right, Danny has the lead. Danny has the lead. Okay, fair enough. Becca, what do you got?
I've got some Deer Hammer, port cask finish, American single malt whiskey.
Okay. Also very good, but not enough to beat Danny. So I've got Colin My Name, a pick from Neely Family Distillery. So back when they had the old corks. This is valuable. Here we go. Mine wasn't so good, so I do not have
squeak.
a lot of squeaks. So yeah, not good enough. All right, next up is Lenny.
I've got some of the Burrell Seagrass.
Oh, nice, Burrell. No, nothing there. Nothing. There. What do you think of seagrass? You've drank some of that before. It looks like that's gone. What do you think?
It's tasty. I have another bottle waiting for me at a liquor store in Denver that I ordered online and I can't manage to go get. It's been there for months. So, yeah,
I'll go pick it up for you.
Go for it.
Danny will get it. He'll drink it.
Wine Provision. Shout out. Great liquor store.
Okay. All right, Brandon, you're last up. Danny's got the lead.
Throw another stick in the spokes on this one. The cork is gonna suck, but it's winter. It's cool. It's good. I'm going to a little bit of Barbados and having a little rum, bamboo.
Okay. All right.
But the cork's gonna suck. I know it.
Okay. It wasn't as bad as you said, but not good enough to take over Danny. Danny wins.
Now, what rapper is that rum sponsored by? No, there's some rapper.
Oh, there is?
DMX, maybe?
That's probably DMX.
I'm looking it up, but I'm going to cheers with you guys. Let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to take a look at what actor should play Danny in the Danny Kinnaird Story. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and I'm excited to announce a brand new partnership with Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Many of you have perhaps heard of Leatherwood via our co-host on the Bourbon Daily, Cailee Baker, who works there. Well, they're now an official sponsor of the network, and we look forward to everyone getting to know a little bit more about them. Company founder Andrew Lang brought his brewing and distilling hobby with him during his years of service as a Green Beret in the United States Army. Whether he was at his home base of Fort Campbell or during tours of duty in places like Italy or Afghanistan, Lang distilled whatever was available to him locally. We are excited about getting to know Andrew Lang and his team better via our programming and are planning a trip down there for the ABV Network crew very soon. In the meantime, check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com, where they will ship bottles directly to you, including their special Remembering 9/11 series, which is raising money for military charities. Seriously, get out there, buy some bottles, help a good cause, and let us know what you think. We're really excited about this partnership. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward Certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
This is Kathy Cole, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're trying to pick out an actor to play Danny Kinnaird.
Yes, we are. So here's the challengers. Danny DeVito. I think that's a pretty good one. So yeah, kind of has the same look going on, about the same height. So that'd be pretty good. John C. Reilly. That's good. I like John Reilly. He's good. Will Ferrell, Steve Buscemi, Ron Perlman, Willem Dafoe, Bill Murray, and Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. Okay.
I want to interject here and just say that I looked it up, and it is Lil Wayne's brand.
Lil Wayne.
Of rum, yes. I knew it was some rapper's
You
brand.
knew
I just
it.
had to look it up.
I had no idea, but I still like it.
Yeah.
Can we sub out? Can we sub
Ain't
out
nothing
Joe
wrong
Pesci
with Lil
for
Wayne.
Lil Wayne?
Lil Weezy's just trying to give you a good night.
For Lil Wayne. All right. Here's how it breaks down. Willem Dafoe is going to take on Will Ferrell. Joe Pesci will take on Steve Buscemi. Danny DeVito will take on John C. Reilly, and Bill Murray will take on Ron Perlman. Round number one, Brandon, you're first. Willem Dafoe or Will Ferrell? I think there's a no-brainer to this one.
I think so too, because I see Danny going through the 9 levels of the swirly, twirly gumdrops or whatever it is. I got to go Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell goes up 1-0. Cailee, what do you think?
Yeah, you look pretty healthy. You don't have as many wrinkles as William Dafoe does. So I'm gonna go with Will Ferrell.
All right. That means Will Ferrell goes up 2-0. Danny, you can control your fate here. You can have Will Ferrell move on, or you can give Willem Dafoe life in this game.
I will go Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell moves on. All right. Next up is Joe Pesci versus Steve Buscemi. Round number 2, up first is Cailee.
Steve Buscemi. Yeah.
Buscemi goes up
Yeah,
1-0. Danny, you're next.
I'll go Steve Buscemi myself.
Steve Buscemi goes up 2-0. Lenny, what do you think? Steve Buscemi or Joe Pesci?
When I look down this list of 8 challengers, I don't see those are the 2 that I immediately eliminated. I was like, no chance. This doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So I'm going with is it Lil Wayne?
That's your replaced Joe Pesci with.
Yes, he is the winner of the competition. Is Lil Wayne.
So it's Joe Pesci who voted?
I'm saying Lil Wayne. I think we can make it work. It can't be that
I
complicated.
don't know where to go there. All right, Miss Beka Sue, you're next. Steve Buscemi or Joe Pesci? Buscemi's up 2-0 over Joe Pesci with write-in candidate Lil Wayne getting 1 vote.
I'm voting for Steve Buscemi.
That means he moves on. All right. Next up is Danny DeVito versus John C. Reilly. Boy, these are 2. This should be the finale here, but they're going up against one another. Round number 3. Danny, you're first. Danny DeVito or John C. Reilly?
Well, seeing there's nobody that can actually play me except for me, even though I'm Freddie Mills at times. But anyway, my best candidate would actually have to go. I would actually go with John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly goes up
I'm
1
a little bit taller than DeVito.
Yeah, but he, the Hollywood magic, they can work with that. So yeah. What do you think, Lenny? Danny DeVito or John C. Reilly?
I want to say Danny DeVito so bad because that guy is on the
He's fun to watch.
brink.
He's
Practically national treasure.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but man, I think John C. Reilly is the right call. So
John C. Reilly goes up 2-0. Miss Beka Sue, what do you think? John C. Reilly or Danny DeVito?
Easy, John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly moves on. Crowd favorite, Danny DeVito, gone. All right. Bill Murray versus Ron Perlman. Bill Murray versus Ron Perlman. Lenny, you're first.
I think Ron Perlman also represents an interesting choice of like an odd, almost dead ringer. I think if he worked on his character a bit.
Oh, yeah. He could do that. Just put a Texas hat on Ron Perlman, and there you go. There's Danny.
Yeah.
So that's who you're voting for?
Yes, Ron Perlman.
Okay. Ron Perlman goes up 1-0. Miss Beka Sue, what do you think? Bill Murray or Ron Perlman?
So I like the fact that the actor's going to have to play like two completely separate people.
Right.
You know, Freddie Mills and Danny Kinnaird. And I just think that Bill Murray could do that. So I'm going to go with Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Yeah. Yeah. Danny definitely. I got a text the other night from Freddie Mills. So yeah, he told me he was going to stop by my house. He had a bottle of blankets to give me. And I'm like, a bottle of blankets? What the fuck is that? Bottle of blankets.
That sounds terrifying. That's like a threat.
It does. It does. It was a bottle of Blanton's though, so it was actually a nice thing. But I didn't. A bottle of blankets.
A bottle of blankets.
I think they should rebrand.
Talk to text.
I think they should rebrand.
Like, yeah. When you open a can of like whoop ass and like a bunch of shit falls out.
It's a bottle of blankets.
It's a bottle of blankets.
All right.
So blankets came out.
So Bill Murray and Ron Perlman are tied in round number 4. Brandon, you're next.
All right. I'm I see what you're saying with Ron Perlman. But, we're talking about this 9-ounce shot. Bill Murray's the only guy that can get stoned to the bejesus on the golf course. So
right.
I got to go with Bill Murray.
Bill Murray goes up 2-1.
Back in his younger days. Yes, I will agree.
Cailee? He thinks Bill Murray's too old to play.
Hey, the only thing I see, like the most iconic thing I can see about Ron Perlman is Drive with Ryan Gosling. Like that's just a mobster, like badass gangster guy.
Sons of Anarchy was really good in. So
Hellboy.
Yeah, I didn't really watch all of that, but like Ron Perlman, I just think is like badass. And then like there's this Bill Murray that can play anybody, and I feel like he can play somebody that can take a 9-ounce shot and fall asleep on a cat litter box.
That's a really good point.
True.
Very true. Bill Murray on this one.
That means Bill Murray moves on. All right.
Damn, I'm not a badass then. Shit.
Our final score looks like this.
You're not a badass. You just can fall asleep on a cat litter box with it not being...
just as comfortable as can be.
That should be considered badass. I mean,
hey, it is badass. You're just not a mobster. You're not killing anybody. You're just falling asleep on a cat litter box.
Will Ferrell versus Steve Buscemi, John C. Reilly versus Bill Murray. Round number 5. Miss Beka Sue is first. Will Ferrell or Steve Buscemi? You're on mute.
Sorry, Royce is on the phone downstairs. Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell goes up 1-0. Brandon, you're next.
Again, it's got to be Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell goes up 2-0. Next up is Cailee.
I'm going to close this one out.
Will Ferrell moves to the finale. All right, next up is John C. Reilly or Bill Murray. Round number 6. Brandon, you're first.
I got to go to the Magic Man. We're going to go John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly goes up 1-0. Cailee?
John C. Reilly versus
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Oh shit. Oh, this rough. Yeah, I'm looking at both. I'm gonna go with John C. Reilly on this one.
John C. Reilly's actually up 2-0. Danny, what do you think? You can close it out for Reilly, or you can give Bill Murray life in this game.
I close it out.
He thinks Bill Murray's too old to play him. I don't know. I think he could do it. That means
absolutely. Bill Murray can play any age. Like
exactly.
Isn't he unageable? He's found the fountain of youth. Is what I think.
Round 7. Here's where we're at. Will Ferrell versus John C. Reilly, the stepbrothers themselves, competing against one another for the Danny Kinnaird story. So how about that?
I didn't even realize that. Oh God. Yeah.
Round 7. Up first is Danny. Danny, you get the first strike at this.
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly goes up 1-0. Lenny, what do you think?
I like the argument that was made for Bill Murray's ability to portray Danny passed out next to the litter box. And I think that's accurate. But I think both Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly could do the same.
Yes.
Maybe not to Bill Murray level, but pretty. So that's not a qualifier for either of them. But I think John C. Reilly is the move. And furthermore, I don't know what the C in John C. Reilly stands for. It might be Timothy.
I think it's Edward.
It's probably Timothy.
Edward.
All right. So that means John C. Reilly is quickly up 2-0 over Will Ferrell. Round number 7, Miss Beka Sue, you can close this thing out for John C. Reilly, or you can give Will Ferrell life in this game.
I'm closing it out.
That means John C. Reilly is our champ. That's who's gonna play Danny Kinnaird in the Danny Kinnaird Story. What do you think about that, Danny?
I don't disagree with that. I could see Danny passed out in the mailroom drinking what he thinks is maple syrup.
Yeah.
Yes. We're just best friends. I don't know anything else, but we're best friends.
He mistaken bourbon for maple syrup.
Yeah. That's not meant to be. He's going to be by John C. Reilly. So there you go.
Right.
Exactly. There you go, Danny. Yeah. So John C. Reilly, Will Ferrell is just a comedy guy, but John C. Reilly, he likes to take on some dramatic roles from time to time. So we'll see. The story can probably be a mixture of both, I would guess. Obviously, when you fall off the chair and you're laying in a litter box, that's going to be the funny side of John C. Reilly. And then we might see some serious stuff later, like Gangs in New York stuff later.
Well, it was kind of hurtful. You didn't turn around and put in there at least a fellow Texan, and you could have turned around and put in Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on.
He is a dead ringer, but I didn't think his acting. I didn't think he had the chops to play you, Danny. So no. All right. Well, we'll wrap this. Yeah.
He couldn't finish a 9-ounce shot. I'm just saying.
It's true. It's true.
Like if Matthew McConaughey, if you're listening to this, I would gladly invite you to my house to try a 9-ounce shot of Long Branch. Let's go.
There you go. Next time he's in town, he will definitely take you up on that. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Brandon, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
NakedSpirits.com on all the Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. We tell everybody drink naked. You can also find me personally at STL Rum Guy.
STL Rum Guy. Nice. Cailee, how about you?
You can find me on Instagram at Cailee Baker at also the Bourbon Bakers. And also come out and see me at Leatherwood Distillery. On Friday nights, I bring some baked goods in that are made with bourbon, and they're fucking fantastic. So come out and see me.
You're doing pretty good. I don't know how many drinks you've had tonight, but it's a lot.
Hey, enough to I haven't passed out on the show, so I'm doing better than Beka one time. So
episode 529,
or on the cat box. So you're good.
on a cat box. Yeah, you haven't done that either. So all right, Danny, how about you? Where can people find you?
All right. UT baby, you can find me at Danny Kinnaird on Facebook.
All right, Lenny.
You can find myself in Deerhammer Distillery on the social media at Deerhammer, on the web at deerhammer.com. We can also order all of our stuff and have it shipped to your door.
Nice.
You can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right. Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Peace. There we go. Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.